This might be the best vanilla cupcake I've ever eaten. It has really delicious vanilla flavor. It's moist and tasty, has a really nice crumb, and it's got brown butter caramel icing with a drizzle of caramel syrup on it. How can you go wrong with that? I am so excited about this bake, and I hope you are too. Hi, I'm Carolyn, and this is the Chili Bakes gluten-free YouTube channel and podcast. So happy you're here to join me. If you've been here before, hi, nice to see you again. And if you haven't been here before, I'm the gluten-free baker who makes bakes so good you won't miss the wheat. At least that's what my family says. Anyway, I am excited. It's fall, and this is such, I don't know, it's just, people don't think of vanilla as delicious, and this is such a great cupcake. You are gonna love eating it and making it. It's easy to do. I'm excited to share it with you. Let's get to baking. Let's talk ingredients and equipment. There really is nothing unusual. There are muffin pans, which most of you have. I would advise using muffin cups. It makes it much easier to get them out and to keep them nice. I made some homemade caramel syrup, which you could either buy some or actually don't have to use it for the frosting. It's up to you. So, you can make that call yourself. It's a little easier if you don't make it, but it's just delicious if you do. So those are the only two things you need beyond my usual gluten-free bake stuff. So pretty easy bake today and so good. Oh my gosh, you're gonna love this one. For the caramel sauce, this is 1 cup of granulated sugar in a wide flat saucepan. I like it this way because it melts quicker than having it in a saucepan that's a smaller area. And then we're gonna need a heat-proof spatula. So I'm gonna take this to the stove. It's really hard to see over by my stove, so I'm just gonna show you the stages. I'm gonna heat this up and I'm gonna show you the next part. Here's what it looks like after a couple minutes. See how it's melting along the sides? And it's not even brown yet, but as it's starting to melt now, I can mix it a little bit. You want it to get like a deep amber color, so it's not melted enough, and all this granulated sugar will start to melt. So we're gonna keep cooking it, but this is what it looks like to start, and you might see little curls of smoke because caramelization is a little bit of a burning process. All right, as you can see, more of it's melted. It's almost completely melted, and I am stirring in the bits, the chunks that haven't melted yet. This is really hot, so please be careful. We want this to get browner. We want it like almost a light, like an amber color, but darker than this. Otherwise, this will be a very lightly colored caramel. So any chunks of sugar that stick to the spatula, you can scrape them off, and now's the time to do it, and they will melt completely. All right, can you see that's completely melted there? And now we're gonna add the water gradually. This is gonna be very bubbly. So we're gonna cook this down so it becomes a syrup, but look at the nice caramel color and a pinch of salt. Yeah. We're gonna add vanilla, half a teaspoon-ish. And let's cook this sucker down and get this to thicken up. We need to dissolve these pieces. Yum. So here's the completed caramel sauce. It cooked for about 5 minutes, medium, high heat. Everything's dissolved. It's a nice deep caramel color. And it's much thinner than it will be when it's cooled. So once you cool it, it's gonna thicken up. So if you wanna get an approximation to how thick it's gonna be, take a cool ceramic dish, plate or whatever, and then see. This is kind of like thick pancake syrup, a little thicker. This is perfect for doing coffees, but if you're drizzling it over stuff, you might want it a little thicker. If you want it thicker, you cook it longer. If you want it thinner, add a little water. It's pretty easy. So we're just gonna pour this into a jar and we're all done. Look at this beautiful caramel. The dry ingredients are 1 1/4 cups Cup4Cup Multipurpose flour. Then there's 1/4 cup blanched almond flour. And here we have half a teaspoon of sweet rice flour, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, a scant half tablespoon of baking powder. So just take a little bit out of a half of a tablespoon of baking powder, and just a pinch of baking soda. We want a little baking soda to react with the buttermilk we're adding. And then we're whisking this together and we'll be done. There we go. Here are the wet ingredients. We're using half a cup of softened butter, and we're just gonna beat that until it's smooth. melted butter, we're adding granulated sugar. We're adding a cup minus 2 tablespoons. I took my regular recipe and I halved it so the amounts are a little smaller. I just didn't want a ton of cupcakes, so that's why the amounts are a little different than normal. All right, we're gonna beat this in. All right, let's give it a scrape here. All right, so this is 1 egg and 1 egg yolk. All right, so I have vanilla extract. I'm gonna add a half a teaspoon-ish of vanilla extract and a little bit of vanilla bean paste. I feel like it's not as concentrated. That's about a teaspoon, I guess. And then we're adding a quarter cup of applesauce that's unsweetened. It adds sweetness. It also helps me cut down the oil, which seems to weigh down the gluten-free bakes. Here's a couple tablespoons, 3 tablespoons of regular milk and a quarter cup of buttermilk. I wanted some of the sourness of buttermilk, but not so much, so that's why I added some regular milk too. All right, and we're just gonna beat this up. All right, so sometimes the applesauce makes it look a little chunky. It'll be fine when you mix in the flour, but it just looks like that. So, one more scrape. This is great vanilla aroma that I'm so excited about. A really good vanilla cupcake is just a joy, right? And here, let's just add the dry. There we go. And mix that in. I feel like I want to use my beaters. So that's what I'm going to do here. Just give it a quick. All right, look at that batter. Woo. Okay. And there we go. Time for scooping. All right, I'm gonna aim for 3/4 full. I always overfill these, which is not good. So I'm just gonna do an initial scoop first. This is a number 24 scoop. And we're just gonna fill the whole tray. Yep, true to form, I overfilled them, so I had 11 cupcakes. Lol, whatever. In the oven they go at 350. We're thinking about 15-20 minutes. Thanks so much for joining me again in the kitchen. I'm always baking something gluten-free and delicious. So if you're interested in learning about gluten-free bakes or just bakes in general and you want to learn more or maybe see what someone does or try out new bakes you haven't thought about, this is where you need to be because I'm always baking something that's so delicious you won't believe it's gluten-free. And I'm always honored to have you here with me. It makes it so much more fun in the kitchen. So thanks for joining me. I really appreciate you coming out and hanging out with me in the kitchen. And I love hearing from you. So thank you for being here. Okay, these are done. They need to cool now. I'm going to take them out of these in just a couple minutes. My sad 11 cupcakes because I can't fill things evenly. Anyway, it took about 22 minutes, but it may take less time if you actually make 12 cupcakes. So this is how I'm starting out the icing. This is brown butter. You heat up the butter until it starts to getting foamy and then golden, and then at some point it starts to turn brown. You want to stir it the whole time. What you're looking for is these browned milk solids, which smell delicious. And this will give you a caramel flavor, even if you don't make the caramel syrup. To add to this is phenomenal in icing. Oh my gosh, my grandma used to make a cake with this. It was so good. So we used to call it burned butter icing, but now everyone calls it brown butter. Anyway, what am I saying here? So this is what we're starting with is browned butter. It's a little bit hot, but we're gonna start with that. And make sure you get all those nice the solids out of there. Because the browned business in the bottom is where the yum is. Okay, so the little bit of vanilla is going in, about half a teaspoon. And this is gonna look weird. I'm just warning you. Yeah, until we add some moisture that's not butter and sugar, it's gonna look a little strange. And here we go. Okay, this does not look like icing, but it will. So we're gonna add about, let's try a tablespoon of my caramel syrup. If you don't want to add caramel syrup, you can add a little milk to make this into icing. So that's not a deal breaker if you don't want to make that. I totally get that. So mix this in. All right, let's add about a tablespoon of milk here. You want to what am I trying to say? You want to add less milk than you might need, and then you can always add more. It's really hard to get icing thick once you get it too thin. Because the butter is still hot, it's not really coming together as icing. So I'm just going to play with it a little bit. I'm going to add a little more, what am I starting to say? Powdered sugar. All right, as you can see, now that it's gotten cooler, it's making more of a frosting. But I don't know, I made half a recipe, but I feel like I need more. So I'll put all the right measurements in the recipe, but I'm playing at this point, so. And that's what you want your icing to be like. I'm gonna whip it a little bit to make it a little lighter, but look at that pretty caramel color. It's nice and smooth. Oh, looks delicious. Yum. Okay, so I'm gonna frost these pretty simply here. Just put on a nice blob of frosting. And I make it swirly because I don't like to pipe frosting. No, I don't. So we'll give it a little bumpiness there. All right, we can drizzle a little bit of this on here, right? Like, I'm not a good drizzler, but that looks pretty good. And then they should be eaten right away. You should do this right before you eat them, of course, right? Yeah. But look at that. Oh, a beautiful vanilla caramel cupcake. And there we have it. I'm icing my hand. Caramel drizzled vanilla cupcake. Oh, super vanilla-y, yummy. Oh my gosh, so amazing. All right, here we go. Oh. Okay, I'm a mess. And I have caramel everywhere. But this is delicious. A moist, light vanilla cupcake with really rich, the frosting and the caramel stuck to my teeth, really rich caramel icing. It is so good. It's decadent, but kind of simple. Sorry, I have caramel in my teeth. I'm trying to get it off. It is everywhere. Ooh, this is such a delicious bake. You need to make this. It might change your view about vanilla cupcakes, that they maybe aren't worth making, but these are just delicious, incredible, moist, and amazing. Oh my gosh, you need to make these. Anyway, I hope you had fun with me in the kitchen today. I had a great time baking. It really feels like fall in here. It's kind of cool outside, and this is the most decadent cupcake you ever want to bite into. So thanks again for hanging out with me in the kitchen. It's always better with you here with me. Yum. Anyway, our next bake, I'm making holiday waffles. Pumpkin waffles, but different waffles than you might be expecting. So I'm excited about that. It's going to be a great bake to have in your queue of recipes for the holidays. I'm sure you'll love to share it with all your family, and delicious as well. So I'm going to eat more of this cupcake and probably get it everywhere. But thanks again for hanging out with me in the kitchen. I hope you had a good time. I hope you learned something. I hope you found a gluten-free recipe to try. Until then, make something and eat something gluten-free and delicious. Bye-bye.